This is it. Do you think you can do it?
Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree?
Open your eyes and look clearly at what's going on around you. We might all be in danger.
Some of them want to use you.
Hi.
Some of them want to get used by you.
I love you.
Some of them want to abuse you.
This isn't love.
Some of them want to be abused.
She asked me to fuck her in my uniform, and it hit me hard. The truth is,
Say it.
we didn't obviously fuck.
Hello, everyone. My name is Heather Hurt with the NRW, where nerds rule the world, and that was a trailer for Kinds of Kindness, which is a, hear me out, 3-part anthology art house film from the director of Poor Things, Yorgos Lanthimos. That is a whole lot to come off to say right off of the trailer, but that is what we are talking about here today. It features Yorgos Stephanakos. Pardon me for name pronunciation. Y'all know me. I do apologize. Who plays RMF, the only rotating character. And if you've seen the movie, you get what I'm saying. Everyone else, though, plays different characters in this 3-part series. You have Margaret Qualley, Jesse Plemons, Badike Adiola, Hung Chau, Tessa Burgess, Willem Dafoe, amongst many other great talent. The film is difficult to explain at a plot level because there is a plot, but if I give too much away, it is literally spoiling the movie. I cannot tell you the plot in totality because it gives away the point of the film. There are 3 different stories. One featuring occults, one featuring stories of the Fae. That's how I'm going to kind of put it. It's you know the stories of the Fae that would take the places of babies, but not in the way you're thinking. And there's also a story about manipulation and what someone can do when they have enough control of you. And that actually might be the overarching statement of all, is when someone has too much control, what can you do? What will you do to appease? What will you do to get that back, to take hold of your life? I know that's a lot and go in a lot of different directions, but that's kind of what is Kinds of Kindness. It's not at all the kinds of kindness that you would think. The movie is interesting. It's long, which we'll get to in a second, but it's interesting. It'll make you laugh at the most awkward of moments. And it doesn't shy away from some things that that we don't see enough of, that we don't talk about enough of in film. Because remember, it's what we always say on this channel. Movies, art should be a reflection of the real world. Maybe it's something that we didn't know was a problem. And at the same time, maybe I'm saying this as a red herring to what this movie could really be about. Let's just drop right into the review. A lot of critics out there are already, and I know the movie has been out for about a week, at a global in about 3 weeks, depending on where you were at a local scale, because the movie did come out scheduled in certain areas. This movie was already being compared to Lanthimos' other film from the last year, Poor Things. And a lot of it had to do with the cast. You know, what did Emma Stone do in the last film that she did in this film? What did Willem Dafoe do in that film compared to this film? But this movie There's so much more to that. And if y'all know us at all, y'all know we don't like to compare apples and oranges. We're not going to compare Wonder Woman and Captain Marvel just because they are two women. We don't like to compare one movie by one director to another movie. Now, we might reflect on what we like about their movies, but we won't be like, oh, this movie is the exact same or it's different than this movie. However, saying that, I can definitely understand at a more macro level why people are connecting this to Poor Things. Though the plots are entirely different, it is an entirely different moral, it is an entirely different story. It has so much of what Lanthimos does in strength. He makes things awkward. He gives really weird sexual innuendos and at the same time, very weird sex scenes, in my personal opinion. I'm sorry. Poor Things had some real weird sex scenes. If you don't believe me, you and I watched two very different films. I'm just gonna say it. But the awkward humor was something that translated very well, though differently, very well from this movie, and you can recognize it in his other films. There were times where you would be in the theater watching Kinds of Kindness, and it was primarily in the second story, some in the third, not as much in the first, but mostly in the second story, where you would be sitting here making that really funny laughter because you don't know if you should be laughing. But at the same time, you not laughing makes the scene really, really awkward in a different way, even if you're in just your own space, not a full theater. So there are a lot of connections between his other work and why I can see critics comparing Kinds of Kindness and Poor Things. It makes sense to me. The acting is superb. Jesse Plemons is one of the, I love Jesse Plemons. And if you were looking for something, I've seen a lot of people say that Plemons really freaked them out in Civil War. He kind of scared them because of his acting, but that really plays wonderfully to what Plemons can do. Because in this film, he played three incredibly emotionally different characters. He physically embodied three entirely different people. And that's something that I think we can really look at from a director's point of view, because, and a writer's point of view. I've said this before on this channel, a great script can bring up the most benign talent. But what you had in this film is you had a really fun, dynamic script with incredible talent. So what you had is you had this great script uplift with a strong director who had a vision that he wanted, and then he put out on screen. Even if it was three different stories, he still put that vision out on screen, and it uplifted already incredibly talented people. Willem Dafoe played a mess of fun characters. And all I can say about him, seeing the trailer for Nosferatu, I am so happy that Dafoe is in his I'm just gonna have fun with it phase. Because that's exactly what you see here. Just, I'm gonna have fun with it phase. He's goofy and weird and awful and the best and creepy in all of the most fun ways you can possibly imagine. I will never say it's probably going to be, I'm going to say this and it's something's going to break my heart. Dafoe, I will love Dafoe until the day I die. I will love Willem Dafoe until the day I die. Someone that you would never, that I was blown away with and I didn't expect, Margaret Qualley. Her characters, she is a star. Especially in the third story, she takes the scene and she just holds it in her hands and she's like, this is mine. It is mine. Now, to say that, a lot of people recognize, and I do have her right here, Emma Stone is one of the main stars. And honestly, I think her performance is one of the most subtle. She does play like all the others. She does play through different characters. But they are the most similar compared to all of the others. Fadike, I'm gonna say this, I'm so bad with it, I'm so sorry. Fadike Adiola. Got it. He plays two background characters and one main character. But he feels different, he feels genuine, and he feels like he's trying to take responsibility for the scene that he is in. It's his scene, he's going to take it. Whereas Emma Stone, I feel like so much of it is she's playing this smaller character than what she's played in the past. And in some ways, I really love that. She has been the forefront of a lot of films, but letting others really be powerhouses around her allows her to shine in her own way, while others get the opportunity to really just blow your mind. I loved it. Now to the negatives, and there's only one true negative. It is a long movie. It is nearly 3 hours, and you do need to sit through at least the mid-credits point to understand why I say that one of the characters is a revolving character. Once again, slight spoiler, but not really. Sitting through that movie was long. I was very lucky. I'm very appreciative of it. I got to go to an event where I got drinks and food before the movie. But for those of you who do not know what critics do, when those happen, when we have receptions, usually the reception is after the movie or television show premiere. So that you can, because there'll be fun cocktails or fun food with names based off of the movie or the show. This time, because the movie was so long, we got the food and drinks first. So we did not understand the references that were being made in the food or drink until we watched the film. Honest to God, pretty confused. And this is one of the reasons. Oh, I can't get on the green screen, I'm sorry. So this is a water bottle. One of the big things that I took away from this movie, an important moral, you could say, is that I took away from this movie is you're dehydrated, drink more water. Because honestly, you're dehydrated, drink more water. But I didn't understand, why are they giving away our water bottle? Is it just because it's summer? No, it's because you're thirsty and you need to drink more water. So, and I know that seems like a long way to put that it's a really long movie, but it is a really long movie. It feels like a 2 hour and 45-minute long movie. It's not one of those movies that'll go quick. Each story is about 45 minutes, so it's not like you're sitting through one long story. You're sitting through 3 parts. But with that being said, I think it would be a good idea, a reasonable idea, for you to watch this at home. Watching a long movie that feels long in a movie theater that is semi-intentional and not necessarily intentional. So Oppenheimer is a movie that I consider as a long intentional film. This movie feels like it's supposed to semi be intentional because you have three movies, but sitting through those can be hard. To be quite honest, my husband was falling asleep. He was very old critic next to me to my left, that wasn't my husband, fell asleep about halfway through. It's not that the movie was bad, it's just that it felt long. So when it comes to putting money into going to the movie theaters to see this versus waiting until it gets to digital, enjoying it from the comfort of your own home, being able to pause it, restart it, maybe stop between stories, makes absolute sense to me. Did I enjoy the movie? Absolutely. Do I think that it is worth waiting until it hits digital? 100%. It is a long movie. Now, if you want to be awkwardly laughing with a whole bunch of randos in a theater, do it. I would not say don't, but I would also not say that I would blame you if you waited till it came home. That is my review of Kinds of Kindness. Great directing, fun writing, great acting, and a range of great acting. That's what this movie really shows, is that these actors have an incredible range. All of them. But it is very long, so be prepared for that. With that, also drink more water. It's hot outside. Drink more water. If you have any questions, if you disagree with me, if you agree with me, all those things, tell me in the comment section below. Like, share, subscribe, all those things to our channel. My information will be in the description. So if you disagree with me, if you want to talk about it in a public place, send me a message on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram. Let's chat on TikTok. Let's do all of those things. That is my review of Kinds of Kindness. It is available in theaters right now. Check it out. Give me your opinion, and we will talk to y'all soon.